Hey, LeBron, just your primary takeaway from how things got away late in the game and what adjustments Golden State made that you guys weren't able to counter?
We started giving up the three ball, and we had neutralized that through three quarters, and they did a good job with their second lineup of coming in and getting the three ball going. I mean, they have 55 points off the bench, and that's challenging in its own self. So that team challenged you. It's a few teams that challenge you more than any other team in the league, and they're up there with them as far as challenging your defense throughout 48 minutes.
LeBron, AD was here talking about how important it was when he first arrived here. You guys lost game one, and you were the person who really lifted him up and said it's okay, it's just one game. How important is that to kind of communicate that with Russ and maintain that same mentality?
It's always the same. I mean, it's one game. We want to learn from it. We want to get better, but we don't want to harp on it too much. We will get better from it, and he will get better from it. Putting him in positions where what benefits him, that benefits our team, and I think we will continue to learn that as the season goes on.
LeBron's your third season now playing with AD, so what makes him tick, I guess you could say. What did you see out of him today? He told us that, hey, he wants to be dominant every time he steps onto the floor this year. What did you see from him today that made you see like that's the guy that helped us win a championship?
He's in great rhythm. Quick twitch was great. Defensively, he was great. He was knocking his mid-range down. He was getting into the paint. He was doing what we've grown and what I've grown accustomed to seeing AD do throughout the course of his career, and also just obviously out of the last 3 years just being his teammate.
Ron, what needs to go better for Russ going forward? What wasn't working today? What was he not doing that you guys need him to be doing to maximize all those pieces?
I just think it was just the first game jitters, to be honest. I don't put too much into it. Just probably was a lot just going through his mind, just being a kid from L.A. and, watching the Lakers growing up, and then, however many years down the road, now you're putting on a Laker uniform and you're stepping into Staples Center, and you probably had, I can only imagine how many friends and family have contacted him over the last 48 hours wondering if they could come and see his first game as a Laker. Those things, those demands and those asks and those things will quiet down as the season go on and on. So not worried about Russ at all. He just need to be himself and not worry about the outcome.
On that note, LeBron, adjusting to a new team, fitting into a system, takes time, but Anthony and Frank both talked about how you guys want Russ to be Russ, be aggressive, get downhill. What's it like as a player finding that balance between your style of basketball and fitting into an existing ecosystem?
It's just, challenging to go into a new system and trying to fit in, but also bring what you bring to the table at a high level to fit out as well. And, if it's three guys on this team that should be worrying about not fitting in, it's probably myself, AD, and Russ. Obviously, we're going to do whatever it takes to help the team win, but for us three, we need to fit out as well. That's what make us who we are as players, and that's what's going to make us the ultimate team that we want to be. So, when Russ is aggressive, not only looking for a shot, looking for his teammates, and just reading, reacting, that's when this game just flows and it's going to be better for our team. And, that'll take time as well. This doesn't happen like overnight. It's not instant oatmeal. You have to work the process. You have to get better with it. You have to see things that benefit not only you throughout the course of a game, throughout the course of a season, but ultimately benefits the team. But he's a veteran in this league, so I'm not too worried about it.
LeBron, you guys lost a lot of the players that you counted on for kind of on-ball defense through transactions and stuff like that. The Warriors were able to kind of get into dribble penetration, especially in the second half, and get you guys into rotation and chasing possessions. How important is it going to be for this to be, I guess it's true with every team, but particularly with this group, to be a team defense, to be kind of...
No, we've always been team defense and cover for one another. And, like I said, we lost two of our, guys that we counted on for on-ball defense in AC and KCP. But it's always been team defense. It's always been, if something breaks down, how can we cover for them? A lot of the mistakes that we made were just mental mistakes tonight. Forgot to switch on a certain situation, or there wasn't a time where we should have switched, gave up a backdoor. And then some of them was just their offense just actually executing versus our defensive schemes. There's a lot of things on the floor that the normal fan wouldn't understand. They just say, why are you giving up another three or a layup? Well, sometimes it's, better offense beats great defense anytime. And they did a great job of executing their offense as well. So you got to give them credit.
Hey, Bron. AD told us that after the game, the three of you guys were kind of sitting there and you were kind of like joking and keeping things light. When you see a guy down like that, what's the message that you want to relay in that moment?
I don't know. I told Russ to go home and watch a comedy. Something that can put a smile on his face. So hard on himself. I told him, don't be so hard on yourself. It's one game. I understand that the competitor that you are, we're all competitors, and we all feel like shit when we don't play well or play it to our ability. So I completely understand that as well. So, but I just don't want him to be so hard on himself. That was the one thing that I hopefully get through him or to him. Don't be so hard on himself. And like I said, he can go home. He's going to see 3 babies that he has. They might be asleep, but they will put a smile on his face. And he got a beautiful wife, family. So at the end of the day, you go home and then you really like, okay, all right, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. So, but we do look forward to, getting back in the film, getting back on the floor on Thursday, seeing ways we can get better as a team, as individuals, and then getting back on the floor on Friday versus another tough test, another tough team in Phoenix. So.